Good evening, good afternoon, wherever you find yourselves in this weird, wild, wacky world of ours, and welcome to another exciting installment of Hong Kong House of Cards. This evening, the scene will be set before hours in the new club Carpe Jugulum, as the Color One Collective meets in the meets in the private office room behind a hidden, I believe it was a bookshelf. Yes, behind the bookshelf, in order to discuss various different goings, comings, and all other events in the city that have taken place recently. Gravedigger is sitting behind a desk, tapping his long black fingernails on the table as he reads over the balance sheet for the club's first week of takings. Somewhat pleased with himself before looking up at the two other members of his cabal who are currently seated around the room. One assumes that Pyro has catered the meeting.
He has indeed. You see a man in a waistcoat, trousers. He looks distinctly Victorian or Edwardian, including the pocket watch. And in this case, you actually notice that clipped onto the collar of his shirt with a small lump of chain is actually a monocle that's currently held over his right eye as he starts laying out the cheese board, which you wouldn't think would be roughly the size of a small child, but you get the feeling a child's surfboard has been sacrificed to make a cheese board. And he's proceeding to cut slices of cheese and pass them round. You don't have to ask. Somehow he just knows what cheese you're like.
Gravedigger has some of the spicy camembert. It pleases him.
I'll say Spider's head comes up off the table.
I've asked you before. Please don't snort off my desk.
Put down a mirror.
Okay, that's all I ever ask.
He has like a little compact. Puts in his pocket.
So, Gravedigger kind of kicks his feet up on the desk. Well, all in all, I've said that we've been doing pretty well. I like this new club. Well, it was free, so of course I fucking like it. So, well, to give you gentlemen a little report of exactly what happened the other night. So, right, as I think you're all well aware, there are three kind of pillars in this city of various different types of faithful energy that are creating a dome through which demonic forces are incapable of entering. Yeah, I believe that you all knew this to begin with. If not, well, you need to read more of my memos. There are memos. Don't know where they've gone. But anyway, so one of them has already been taken out, destroyed, gone, poof, etc. However, the other night, the vampire, more exact, and he raises his fingers and does the air quotes, Barley, by the name of Mordecai, attempted to take down the other one. It just so happened that we were able to stop him when myself, Miss Tony Zhang, and that fucking tranny, or whatever the fuck his name is, Logan, were able to, deal with Mordecai's main accomplice, as it were. On an outer character note, I would just like to point out, Evan has no issue with with anyone's chosen gender identity, or whatever else. This is Gravedigger talking in private, where he doesn't have to be polite. As he steeples his fingers again. But needless to say, this Mordecai chap managed to do quite a lot of damage. He basically raised a whole bloody load of zombies, and we had what I can only describe as Night of the Living Dead meet Shaun of the fucking Dead. And needless to say, we didn't get round the Winchester. So, there was that. He kind of pauses in case anyone wants to interject at this point to ask any questions before he continues.
Why? You say these pillars.
Yes.
What's the problem with them again?
Basically, there are three of them that kind of create and he flicks his hand around in a circle, and he says, creates kind of a bubble, if you will, of faith that prevents demons from entering the city. but one of them's been taken down or desecrated or fucked with to the point that it's no longer beaming up into the air. Its protective was. There are only 2 more remaining. So this Mordecai chap wants to take them both down so he can bring forth his demonic masters or whatever the fuck demonologists like to do on a given Tuesday.
So he's one of those. He's basically a vampire spirit specialist.
They call themselves Barley, but yeah, whatever they want to call themselves.
Sounds so exotic.
Baal?
I know, right?
He takes out basically a notebook, and you essentially see it's about half the size of an A4 book. It flips it open, goes to B, Baal, and he points out, yes, a god.
Yeah, it's
the origin of the word Beelzebub.
Wow, you'd
Why are they
almost
named
think.
after a god?
Frankly, I've got no idea. Maybe it's to do with like the Archlords of Hell or some other fun little snippet of information.
Baal is one of them.
Mm.
Well, I mean, it's also vampires. I've noticed that the leeches are really self-important.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway,
It's-
as I said, we managed to take down one of his assistants, and at this point, Gravedigger will actually pull up a picture of the assistant who they managed to take down that was taken from Carpe Noctum's surveillance cameras. I think her name is Carmen, or words to that effect. We managed to knock her down, but before we could deliver the killing blow, as it were, Mordecai showed up in order to try and protect his little princess, or whatever the fuck relationship the 2 of them actually have. So he was diverted. Fang buddies, let's call them that. Fang buddies, yeah. He was diverted away from his attempt to knock down the second pillar, so we managed to save it for the evening. But Christ, when I say this guy has power up his sleeve, he breathed out this black mist, and I swear to God, when Tony Zhang breathed it in, it made her want to kill herself for the entirety of the evening. We had to wrestle her own sword out of her own hands before she could open up her own belly with it.
That sounds like you'd see him like massaging his temple. That sounds like some pretty high level mind magic, maybe with
I don't know.
elements of entropy.
Okay,
To cause the decay of the decay of self confidence, maybe. It's a pretty powerful magic to do that, though. He's a vampire, so who knows what the fuck they can do.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's not that strong. You know how them Asians are with their honor. Probably just said you're being dishonorable.
Possibly, but you never know. I mean, she slept with Red.
Shut up. Thank you. But, so, we're facing this. As I said, we're kind of facing this little conundrum. So, what to do. Needless to say, the point is that Mordecai appears to exist for most of his time in the Shadowlands. Now, as you know with me, I can quite easily go and take a lovely little walk around the Shadowlands whenever I damn well please, and kind of do on a semi-regular basis. My question is that how do we...
Not making me a problem.
Unfortunately, basically. So, if his home is in the Shadowlands, that means the only time he comes into the Fleshlands is any time he has something he needs to do, which means he's already gotten it all pre-planned, which means he has contingencies available if we ever attempt to strike at him here. That seems reasonable. If I only ever came here to do dastardly diabolical deeds, well, I'd have a way out planned just in case it all went pear-shaped, yeah?
Yep.
Reasonable.
What are you going to say, Spider?
That's in agreement.
Okay. So, the question is that if we want to get him in a place where he's not exactly, expecting it, then the obvious answer would be we have to hit him while he's in the Shadowlands.
Well, that was my point. It kind of makes it your responsibility, doesn't it?
Except for the fact this guy would hand me my ass 5 ways to Sunday.
Yeah,
I know very little about the Shadowlands, so I don't think would I be much help there? I don't even know.
Well,
Yeah, that's the thing.
the thing is that, yeah, you can physically translate your physical... Well, some people can physically translate their bodies into the Shadowlands. I can do it. As a matter of fact, so can, what's his name? Fucking Arthur Wainwright. He can do it as well, I think. But that's neither here nor there. Basically, in order to do it, it's just a matter of the right spheres, the right magic. However, I've been thinking that there are other ways to do it, or if there was a way perhaps for us all to get in, which there would be if we get someone like Master Dessau to open us up a portal into the Shadowlands and we all step through, well, then job might be a good one.
Well, there is the possibility of us could we attempt a ritual? Use your skill to pry open the way?
On an out of character note, no, because that's Spirit 4, which I don't have.
Yeah, I was double checking in character.
Yeah, he'll shake his head and go, no, I can pop myself over and back, but doing the rest of you is out of my power level at this point.
Yeah. In that case, anyway, he looks around. All right. Do any of us have correspondence as a skill?
Yes.
Right then. What if we can get something connecting to this guy, can we create a personalized ward? Trap him in the Shadowlands?
Maybe, but we'd have to get something that was right personal.
Well, in theory, or I mean, again, that's the point of rituals, isn't it? Not as if I don't have enough quintessence to
Well, couldn't we also potentially, combining, your correspondence and my time like we've done before, could we look into the future?
Yeah, in theory we could, but the problem with looking into the future is, well, for a start, we'd also need entropy, which, yeah, I can throw into the mix. But it's always probabilities and the possibilities in the future. It's never exacts. You know what I mean?
No, I'm just looking for when he's going to show up.
Yeah, but once again, we'd probably need a sympathetic connection to him. Something powerful, like, I don't know, something he'd owned, a piece of his heir, something like that.
Well, in theory, as far as I understand correspondence, and they never gave me much training, but as far as I understand it, correspondence doesn't necessarily need a strong sympathetic connection. It just makes it much easier. In theory, with a weak connection, you can target someone and then use raw power to amplify it to make the connection work. The more effective the connection, the less raw power you need to amplify it, and the more you can do with it. In theory, with a weak connection, we could use that as a way to acquire something that will give us a stronger connection. At least that's my understanding.
I had a theory, right?
Go on.
Right, so what if Gravedigger reaches down into his desk and he pulls out a knife and he cuts his hand and he lets a couple of droplets of blood fall onto the table. And he says, vampires, what?
Always with the bloodletting, Gravedigger. You realise sooner or later we're going to get a cleaning bill.
We do.
I'm already getting yelled at by the cleaning lady.
He wipes up the blood with his handkerchief, and he shows you the blood on the handkerchief, holding it in his hand. He says, "No, what you don't understand is vampires draw power, I think, from blood. I mean, it's the only reason why they need so much of it. Like it's like a fuel source, I think, to him."
You actually see Pyro thinking for a few seconds, and then almost like it's like he's looking inside his head, and then just goes, "Yep, that's almost certainly what they're doing."
You can ask him about these things, right?
Yeah, you get the feeling like he's looking at something internally.
Yeah, I'll look at you and say, yeah, they need to feed on blood. I know this much.
Not just that. It's almost certain that the blood they use is it's basically what they use for prime, what is quintessence essentially.
So
yeah,
They can't use quintessence anymore.
what I was thinking was if we were, well, for a start, it would require some experimentation. But right, if I was able to get a hold of some vampire blood, in theory, would you be able to tell its power potential using the cosmic unity magic that you have, Pyro?
Yeah, relatively simply.
Right. So yeah, if we were able to get like even a thimbleful, we could identify it.
A couple
Then-
of drops would be enough.
Yeah. And then if we can identify how it works, its makeup, what makes it powerful, right? Then
Yeah.
we'd be able to ward against it.
It's possible, but that's going to be a tough one. The one
Oh, I never
I
said
think we're braving new territory on that, but yeah, I think it's possible.
I never said it would be
we're
easy.
we're not walking new territory. We're walking very old territory. Remember what I told you about when I was being trained? The warnings they gave us back in the order. Believe me, people have tried stuff like this. Usually ends explosively. We have to be extraordinarily careful with this.
So basically, if we are able to ward somewhere that he can't enter, though any vampire leech, whatever you call them, can't enter, well, then the job's a good one. At which point we find Mordecai, be in this world or be in the next, and we roast him into on life.
That really depends, though, doesn't it? Then again,
On what?
we can't just use straight forces. That would risk paradox backlash. We don't want that. But
Being realistic, I'm pretty sure that in the event we can get him out of the city, taking a couple of whacks from our old master docks is not exactly a problem.
wait a minute. And you see Pyro lean forward. You've seen this manic look in his eyes before now. Usually only when he's cooking. He gets out that book again, starts rapidly writing notes. After a few seconds goes, what magics do you need to affect vampires? You see his hands like spinning around each other. Basically, he's gone into an almost manic mood with his hands constantly.
What kind of lore check would it be to identify what we need to actually affect, or is it common knowledge?
Presumably that'd be vampire lore. It won't be
Okay,
common
let it.
knowledge. It'll be either
You wanna roll
vampire
that?
lore or mage.
Oh, okay. Which one do you want me to do?
Intellect. It'd be intellect. Vampire
Intellect,
lore,
vampire
which I
lore.
know you have.
I would also probably say you need like at least a couple of successes because trying to look at it from
I'm not sure a secret. I don't have a lot in that.
If you need to, before you want to cast to think about it, you can always just roll enhanced mind to actually just give yourself an
I can
intellect.
do that. I can do that. Well, how much intellect will it give me?
It's roll 3 air attack. 3d10. Okay.
Yeah,
So
that's-
yeah,
I'd say that's enough.
you can. Yes, you've now because it's only you only want to do it for one action basically in order to roll one series of dice. So you basically increase your intellect by 3 for your next roll.
Oh, very nice.
Welcome to magic.
Yep.
Okay, what's the diff on this one? Because I may have done well, or I may have not at
I
all.
just said like 7 or 8, so I think you got it. Obviously, we'll have to mark this scene for like ST approval, but
Oh yeah,
that seems reasonable.
I got one success though.
Yeah, Caleb, just in case you don't know, vampires require life and matter. Because they're,
I ain't got
because they're on the edge between life and matter.
Okay, so then I will explain that. I will say probably life and matter, although I know nothing of those fields, so this is me just hypothesizing. Look at me with my $20 words.
Yeah, what you then see is you see Pyro go, okay then, in that case, if we can combine a ward prime life and matter, then in theory, we can create an environment where the primal energy of his own blood doesn't function. That's unlikely to knock him straight down, but it will, at least in theory, prevent him being able to draw on the power of his own blood, meaning whatever vampire was the guy's using, he won't be able to utilize it within the war.
However, right, that's really viable. Actually, Gravedigger says he taps his finger on his desk. But how do we, right, we need to ward something, an item or an object or something of that nature, because we need it to be portable, basically, because we don't know where we're going to find it. So we would need to do a portable ward.
I'll need ritual information. I'll need you guys to help me on it. And oh god, he actually sits there, and then after a few seconds, lean back, goes, "No, it's going to take me a while to get to that point. Ideally, I'd spend the next couple of weeks in meditation trying to provoke my avatar into something. But
the joy of provoking one's avatar to do things.
Oh yes, when you need to provoke a seeking, but no, I really don't think it'll happen. Mustrum is not exactly a viable person when it comes to a poking, so in that case, it'll have to be temporary. I might be able to buy us a few days at most, but again, like ritual.
Well, realistically, we want this. Realistically, we want this guy Ruffle stomped out of the current existence. So it's not even going to need to last days, as opposed to minutes. We want him dead. We don't want to take him. We want him dead.
Okay then, I'll have to write up a list of stuff that we're going to need.
Why don't we just get a bunch of our kind with a bunch of prime?
Because prime alone won't be enough. I'll need spears.
You know, no, I mean we want to kill him, right? We just show up and catch him on fire.
That would be a nice idea, but A, we don't know if this guy has any way of fighting fire. And believe me, again, vampires have an annoying history of finding ways to resist fire.
I'll tell you, as far as I know, that is one of their greatest weaknesses. You may have some who can resist it, but I know of none that are.
Bear in mind, though, if he is indeed, like, I don't know, associating with hell, it's entirely possible that, you know, the whole fires of hell Montague, maybe he's got some kind of resistance. I don't know.
That's the other thing, hellfire. But my best suggestion is if we get a bunch of our guys together for ritual class, we can create a portable object. Will give us temporary warding in the area it's triggered. Then we just beat the guy back to hell. Whichever particular layer he crawled out of. And also, Gravedigger.
Yes.
When we're done with this, I'm going to send word off to my old friends. You know what I mean? My old older buddies. Let them know. They probably won't listen. They aren't exactly fond of it these days, but if they can make sure he doesn't come back, all the better.
Let's put it like this. I've seen what happens when one of them die. Gravedigger says, as he swirls around a glass of wine, and he says, their souls are ripped into little itty-bitty pieces, literally turned to dust. I don't think they can come back from where they go. Which is why I found it horrible. So, you know that he smiles again. You know that bitch who runs the museum, what's her name? Andrea Ramirez or something like that, thinks that vampires can go to heaven.
Oh god. Wait a minute. Is she one of the leeches or is she one of the damn choristers?
No, she's not just a leech. She's a member of House Tremere.
You see him act like his you see his elbows suddenly twitch inward, and then he relaxes. Oh, I see. and you actually hear him mutter to himself quietly, "You're not in the order anymore, Pyro. You're not in the order anymore, Pyro. You're not in the order anymore, Pyro."
I'll say I slide a couple of pills across the table over to you.
Normally he doesn't accept things from you, but he actually looks at them. What are they?
No, a couple muscle reactors.
He actually puts one of the frisbee, breaks half off, and then actually gulps it down with a glass of wine. I'll take the rest if it doesn't work.
Oh, it's fine. I mean, you don't usually, so you know.
Yeah. Ugh. Yes. I'll need time, Gravedigger.
Time? Well,
Sure, know what I mean. I was certain we're going to have it.
Did someone say time?
I was sure we're going to have the time needed to do this.
Wait, I heard a laugh.
does a Tony exist?
Huh?
More importantly, how did she get around the back of this room?
I was asking if a Tony existed because she laughed.
Oh, that was my mic blacking up. I had it muted. But yeah, I guess that was a good time than ever to show up. I don't know.
I'll say I'm sitting there and my kind of ears twitch and I go, someone's outside.
I'm surprised that they know that there's. I'm surprised that they know that there's a secret door behind the bookshelf. But okay.
Yeah, is this a grab a gun, someone, or grab the feather duster in French maid outfit?
You know there's a between those two, right? Like,
not really. When they come to this room, there isn't.
okay, right.
They're here to satisfy his freaky fetishes, or they're here because they're uninvited. In which case, gun. Usually both.
Gravedigger will press his earpiece, linked to the new club's security, and he'll basically say, "Oh, I see. Okay. By the way, would you like to actually enter the club, Tony, and such before we do that?"
Yeah, I guess. I mean, she'll just kind of walk in since it's. You said it was before the club opened, right?
Yeah. So basically, a large tattooed bouncer will step in front of you and go, "I'm sorry, miss, we're not open for another 2 hours. You'll have to come back then."
Oh, dear, aren't you cute? I'm here to talk to your boss.
He kind of looks down at you and is just like, "What?"
I am here to speak to your boss.
About
She
what?
says extremely slowly.
About things that I don't think he'd like his lower management knowing about.
He kind of looks you up and down and is just like, "Bitch, I take you." But he's just like, nah. He presses his earpiece. He just says, "Mr. Gravedigger, there's what's your name, miss?"
Pause for a moment, kind of thinking. You can tell him Tony's here.
Right. Miss, Tony is here to see you. Oh, I see. Well, don't just stand there, Franco, you freaking Slavic mixed breed bastard. Let her in. Right, boss. He'll kind of shuffle to the side.
On another scene, though, Evan has no issue with Slavic people or people with mixed heritage. This is purely the actions of the character, not the player.
We're all playing characters. I think we should either do a disclaimer at the beginning or at the end, but we need to stop doing this.
Yes, deal. Okay. Gravedigger will basically Gravedigger will kind of motion to Pyro and say, "Do let Miss Tony in." Well, show her the way into the back room, basically.
No, a little warning here, since the club hasn't opened yet. Toadie has brought her bag of murder, so
No one's going to take the bag of murder.
no one better touch her bag of murder.
It contains murder.
Exactly.
Pyro will get up, go to the opening mechanism for the hidden door, swing it open, walk outside. Over here, Miss Jiang.
Don't call me Miss. It's weird. I'm Tony. And she's also got a very nice-looking cane with her as well. So
When he notices that, he turns to Gravedigger and goes, "What the hell did you do this time?"
What the fuck do you think I did? Why the fuck did I do something? Did I do something? The fuck's just happening?
You're always
He's
doing
got a
something. Boss.
cane.
Ugh.
It's usually you're doing.
Gravedigger will stand. The office itself is kind of is actually quite big, considering this room used to house library 5. The room itself is probably huge, but you know, Gravedigger has his office, has has the club's kind of management office in here.
No, we just have a
as he
few
stands
stands in
up.
here.
she'll walk in and kind of clank, tap the cane on the ground a few times before waving at everybody.
Welcome to Carpe Jugulum's private secret room, Miss Yang.
Hola, Chico.
Hello, Chico.
Yes, that is correct.
Just wanted to make sure Spanish isn't my
Yeah,
thing.
no,
Well, that's actually.
No,
it's mine, but it's okay.
See if that's what it means.
She'll just give him a thumbs up and then, nod to Gravedigger. Hello. Once more, you can call me Tony. Don't need Miss or Zhang.
All right, Tony.
She's great.
Can I interest you in a drink? Or some cheese board, for the love of God, take it. I'm pretty sure it would feed Rwanda in the bad old days.
Okay.
Wouldn't like a ham sandwich in the feed Rwanda in the battle, please?
The minute that offer is made, Pyro will, in an obvious display, like put his hands in the air and take 3 steps backwards. As a way of demonstrating, I ain't done nothing this time.
Yeah, I'll pass on eating anything or having anything to drink. I had a bit before I came here. Pretty much I needed to go ahead and give everyone their Christmas presents, so I thought it would be a good time to come and do that now. So apparently it's bad to walk into the club with weapons. Yeah.
That's why we keep ours well hidden, Miss Yang.
I do too. Mine are all in my backpack.
Or in my case, I just don't care, and I'll tell you, take them from me. See what happens.
It's true, he does.
And
Though needless to say, that got quite. I was going to say that got quite complicated once when we were in Cairo International Airport. Oh, well.
Yeah.
Please never put us in that situation again. If I have to see one more.
No
Christmas
promises.
bucket, I swear I'll strangle somebody.
Absolutely no promises. In fact, quite the opposite.
She'll just ignore all of that and pretty much hand Gravedigger the cane before setting her back down in a chair, letting Pelagius kind of curl around her arm, and then pulling out an obsidian dagger that's in a very nice, nicely ornate sheath and whatnot, and handing that to Spider.
He'll mutter something in Spanish, like, oh my God, thank you, and then he'll go like, 1 second, I gotta get you something. He'll like spring up and kind of wander off.
We already got her a Christmas present.
Although technically in our case it was more Hog's Watch.
Yes, happy Hogs Watch.
I don't believe in that weird holiday. You guys really haven't explained it to me either.
I don't know what Hog's Watch is, but whatever. And then she'll turn to Pyro and just kind of shrug. I'm still working on yours.
That's okay.
To answer
You'll
your
hear
question,
You is an entirely untainted cheese book.
You'll hear a laugh of a ha come from a back alley.
To answer your question, Hogwarts is a midwinter festival that bears a remarkable similarity to your Christmas. It is meant to be about mistletoe and holly, and other things in general, ending in holly.
Ollie. You see
Okay.
Pyro shout down after Spider. You watch out! One day I'll put laxatives in your cheesecake.
I'll come back with I'll look at you. Don't threaten me with that. Don't get into a prank war with me. Also, my body is pretty much immune to toxins at this point.
That's an annoyingly good point.
Considering the amount of LSD, I'm pretty sure you can pop. Yeah, it pretty much is.
I'm currently on.
I could mix bleach in with this guy's morning coffee and who fucking knows.
Anyway, he'll come over and give her like a sandwich bag full of like little pills, and be like, I took these off a guy who was dealing in the club, so here you go, have some happy pills.
She'll just kind of shove her hands in her pockets and not take them.
I'm gonna reverse pickpocket them on you.
Would you like to roll dexterity to put them in her bag without her realizing?
No, thank you. I don't do drugs. I don't want.
No. You don't have to do them. But in a city like this, it's always good. It's always good to have a commodity to trade for money
I do. I make weapons.
or information.
Hang on, Caleb, are you going to roll that dexterity or you not?
Yeah, I will try.
Okay.
Oh my
Also, it's not larceny. I don't have that on my sheet. I have stealth.
Oh yeah, because of course they don't have larceny on the main sheet.
You can add it though.
It
It'll
would
just
be
go under
dex
like other
stealth.
traits.
Just do it with dex.
Stealth.
Yeah, it'd just be dex stealth.
Would be like what, perception alertness to figure that out?
Yeah, perception
Yeah.
alertness in your case.
Perception alertness.
Let's see who gets the most successes. I think standard diff seems fair.
All right, I'm out of.
So one success for Spider and
We each have one success.
And since
In that case,
Okay.
in that case, defender wins. So Kim, you see him do it.
She'll take her bag after he does it, pull them out, set them on the table, and then put her bag on her back.
What? What's that doing there? I thought you didn't want them.
You're correct. I didn't want them there, which is why I took them out of my bag after you placed them inside of me.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Of course you don't, sweetie. Of course.
Never was there a more transparent person since the Invisible Man.
Anyway, GD, that is it's a cane sword. Just, twist the handle and you'll be able to pull the blade out and everything. So, or, on the other hand, you can just bash him upside the head with it. The wood is pretty sturdy.
Gravedigger will look down at it and he will smile before nodding his head. Thank you very much, Tony.
Not a problem.
So we go.
Max, would you like to do that thing where you come into a place?
Oh, that is. Sorry, was dat nodig? Hold on, let me switch back to English. Oh shit!
What is going on, man?
I did miss.
Pause. 5 minutes.
Max, remember, the floor is where your feet usually are.
Okay.
That sounds like you can do with a reorientation with regards to gravity.
So, my darling compatriots here and I have been discussing ways in which we plan to have Mordecai leave this life at a miraculous speed.
Certainly more miraculous than he seems to have left it the last time.
That's good. I'm pretty sure everyone in the city by now wants him dead.
Here's the thing. Then if everybody in the city wants him dead, why don't we get everyone in the city to help us make him dead?
Because the people of this city are far too busy with their own petty squabbles and stupid arguments. That's why.
Pretty much. I mean, you ever tried to have a conversation with a werewolf? I'm pretty sure most of them are semi-retarded.
Yeah, those are the smart ones.
Actually, I know 2 werewolves, and both of them are very intelligent.
Well, for werewolves, right? You know, like you told them down, and they were like, okay.
Yeah.
No.
Down. I'm pretty sure all werewolves need to know are 3 things: down, biscuit, and attack.
No, they also have to be taught drop, so they don't walk around dragging corpses everywhere.
Or, you know, not on the furniture.
I would have thought down would work with the get off the furniture.
I'm really amazed that no one has tried to kill you guys yet.
They have. They're just not very good at it.
Not yet.
We're always at least one step ahead, Miss Shang.
Yep. By the way, could I commission you to build a silver newspaper roll? I have it for unrelated reasons.
She will just flip him off.
Actually, that raises the question: does silver actually fuck him up?
Tony,
But me?
Miss Shang, do you know? Tony, do you know? Does silver actually fuck up a werewolf?
Let me roll manipulation subterfuge.
Oh dear, you know that this is opposed by okay.
I know.
Are you lying to me?
Everyone has to have
Yeah, she's just gonna look at you guys and say, no, I'm not. I don't know how. I don't know.
Are you lying to me?
I have no reason to lie to you.
No. Out of character, are you lying to me?
Oh, yeah, dude, she's lying.
Okay, I know you're lying.
Oh no, we don't have our ropes up. We only do those in plot scenes.
Oh, really? All right.
On the bright side, hey Kim, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 successes.
Yes, I fucking see that. Tony's not a liar. Definitely.
Roll to oppose her because this could get funny really quickly.
What is it for the opposition?
It's perception awareness or perception.
Oh no.
Perception.
What is it?
Empathy.
Perception empathy. Sorry.
Empathy.
Yeah, I can brain today.
Okay.
I got 3. Never mind.
This one's both amusing and pseudo important. I'll spend a willpower. Fucking hell, I needed it.
I just get 2 then.
Well,
Defender in this case, because you were a defender in this case, Caleb, you win. And Anthony, because we cannot see your dice roll because your camera is not on, would you like myself or somebody else to roll it for you?
Yes, if you'd be so kind.
How many dice are you rolling?
Just the 4 for this one.
No successes.
Alright.
Gravedigger kind of arches an eyebrow at Miss Yang and says, "It's very rude to lie to people, dear."
And it's very rude to talk about werewolves like they're stupid dogs, dear.
But they... he stops himself mid-sentence, but he starts going, but they...
There's a cough and noise by the door. I presume in the VIP room.
No, we're at the other club, so you can't prevent it because this is actually a secret room in the other club.
That thing.
If you want, you can call yourself and knock on the place. I don't know.
If you want to, however, enter, you are more than free to.
We could actually have a situation where we get a call from the bouncer. Sir, there's another one at the door.
Are we just going to install a cat flap for people who want to talk to us?
I'm pretty sure that's going to be a thing, yes.
I say we do it so they have to crawl on their hands and knees. It'll make me laugh very much. Maybe it sprinkles them with dirt as they climb through.
Maybe I'll set up a mind ward.
Oh,
Max, the club is currently
Yeah.
closed, but if you're actively looking for any of the hollow ones, you know to come to one of these two places. We tend to hang out here. So a very large kind of Eurasian bouncer will stop you at the door, kind of looking down at you. Yes, and what can I do for you? Oh, sorry, is your character male? Eliza's a female. Sorry. What can I do for you, madam?
Eliza's going to raise a finger, like in the sign of hold up a moment. Hold up. Cough, and an exhale, and some extremely black smoke will come out of her mouth, like car explosion smoke. And not in a small breath, like an alarming amount.
Oh God, no. She's a vapor.
Oh, that needed out. Oh, fucking hell. This place is still open.
This place hasn't opened yet, madam.
Alright, is our Huey, Dewey, and Louie in?
Who the fuck are they?
There's some cartoon characters.
Out of game, Evan knows that the bouncer has no idea.
Oh.
Huey, Dewey. He digs graves.
You mean Mr. Gravedigger?
If you want to refer to him like that.
Funny thing, mate. I refer to the man who pays my salary like however he wants to be referred to. But yes, he's currently here. Why do you ask?
Because I want a drink.
Who are you?
Name's Eliza.
Right. Wait 1 second. You see Gravedigger. You see the bouncer turn away, and he presses his earpiece, and he says, "Mr. Gravedigger, we have another one at the door by the name of Eliza." Gravedigger responds, "Do they look as if they make their living fucking in? Do they look as if they make their living selling themselves some money at the bottom of a really sleazy automotive shop?" He kind of turns and looks her up and down. "Yes, sir. Let her in." Pyro, there's another one for you. Have you met Eliza, Pyro?
Nope.
Pyro, there's a young lady at the door. Do go and greet her and show her the way in.
Right, another one. He gets up, opens the concealed door, walks through the building, opens the door. And you're Eliza, I take it?
Eliza will take a long drag of her cigarette and blow it up in the air as he opens the door and looks at him and says, "Yeah, me."
I will point out, it's illegal. It's illegal to smoke indoors in Hong Kong.
We're not
It's
indoors
illegal.
yet. We're still outside. We're still outside.
I would also say it's probably illegal to do cocaine too, but my character's doing that.
For reference, Max, the guy talking to you looks like an Edwardian gentleman, like with full waistcoat, pocket watch, the whole 9 yards, including a monocle, which is currently glaring at you.
Yeah, that'd be me. Who am I talking to?
Name's Pyro. Come inside. Steps back to let you in.
Cool. She'll plump down a cigarette and walk in.
If you don't mind my asking, by the way, is this city not already polluted enough for you?
Calms me down.
Remind me to direct you to my friend in there. I'm sure he has some things to calm you down.
No, I don't. I only take cigarettes. Nothing else. I have a health policy.
I thought you wanted a drink.
Well, that's something else entirely. Hello to you too, by the way.
Okay, the room you were led into, you have to go down a small kind of corridor that's off to the left-hand side, and the room itself is located behind a bookshelf. And you enter into a vast circular room with many dozens of now vacant bookshelves in here. The center of the room appears to have been kind of hollowed out, and there's kind of a number of sofas and comfortable chairs that are located there. And then there's a large black wood desk behind which Gravedigger is sitting. And in the center of the room, there is a gigantic cheese board that we have described as being the size of a child's surfboard.
Nice.
Yep. And it is full, and like there's barely any of it on which there is not cheese.
Nice.
And incidentally, Max, does Eliza have any connection to the food industry?
The food industry?
Yes. Any
No.
any awareness of catering?
No, not at all.
Right.
There's a little bit of an unhealthy cough coming from Eliza, since Max is having an unhealthy cough.
You actually see Pyro like slowly position himself between Eliza and the cheese board. Would you mind not coughing on my food?
The spider covers his mouth with a handkerchief.
That's unhygienic.
I said don't cough on my
Yes,
food.
that's why I said I won't. Never mind. I will not cough on your food. I wasn't planning on coughing on your food. If I was planning on coughing on your food, that'd be very rude. One sec, and she turns away again. Fucking fuck.
A pleasure to see you again, Miss Hope.
Hello.
Can I make like a medicine roll to help you out or something?
Well, from how much medicine do you have?
Like 4 dots.
Jesus Christ. Well, from the way she's coughing, and if you like come a little too close, she smells of cigarettes, so you can put 2 and 2 easily together.
I'll ask her, do you need any help? Do you need any help?
Oh, no. I can fix this myself, don't worry.
Okay, because I can get my doctor's bag. I can probably get you a prescription or something.
You know what? That's very nice of you. But I don't like... I don't really like medicine.
I would say this is one of the few times you might see Spider actually have genuine concern for another human being's well-being.
What are my manners? Allow me to do the proper introductions. Spider, Pyro, allow me to introduce you. Have you already met Miss Hope? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we did.
In that case, Pyro, allow me to introduce Miss Eliza Hope.
Eliza Hope. Well, welcome, Eliza.
Half, tomato, tomato. It's good to meet you.
So, what can we do for you?
Ah,
Start to get you a good doctor.
Another car exploded.
I know you should say another. Does that happen frequently with you?
Well, you know what? You know the thing that happens at street races? Cars should kind of just steer off the track course and just crash into a building, and then they explode whilst you're trying to save them.
Right. He turns to Gravedigger and goes, remind me never ever to get any sort of trust any motor vehicle for this woman.
Hey, it wasn't mine.
No, but you actually said the words another car exploded.
Yeah.
Usually I
What do you
prefer
think
to-
happens at street races?
I don't care. I prefer to keep my automotive history to at least no more than one explosion a lifetime.
Why's that boring?
Right. Yep. Definitely not entrusting her with any cars. She can send us cars that don't explode. It'd be boring.
Eliza will kind of grin.
Tony
I'm
will.
kidding.
Oh, my bad. Tony will just kind of wave at Eliza.
What's up, Tony? How do you do?
Dude, I'm doing just fine. I'd ask how you're doing, but yeah, I can kind of already see.
Yeah. Let's see, there were 2 drivers passing away in this accident. No, this was not a fun time for any of us.
Oh, damn.
Car crashes ain't no joke, you know?
Yeah, seriously.
Gravedigger, I feel the need to ask, is she part of our clique, if you know what I mean?
Define clique.
Is she of the feeling disparate persuasion?
No. Miss Eliza here is a scientist.
In what sense? And you actually see him like his hand move slowly to the cheese knife. For reference, he when you say scientist, his immediate response is in this city technocracy. So his hand is actually moving to the cheese knife to defend himself.
Eliza's going to pick up her steampunk goggles and kind of tap them.
Oh, you're one of
Oh, that's not science.
You're part of the society.
You're right, because it's science!
It's not science.
Yeah, I just said what it was. It's science!
I think what he means is it's not even science!
Yeah. You're entitled to your opinion. I'm entitled to my opinion.
I didn't say it was my opinion. So,
Ooh, shots fired.
So what's an etherite doing in this reasonably tech?
I grew up here.
Crap hole?
I grew up here.
You grew up here and you're part of the society?
Yeah.
Didn't know that the society risked being this close to techno.
I mean, I'd like to blow all of them up, if that's what you're wondering.
So,
Yes.
I was kind of under the impression society would vote their people out, you know, to avoid the technocracy.
What if... Wait, was the previous brands of Aetheridge one of those kind of Aetherites? Are they? Where are they? And she just squints at everybody here.
It's more a case of, as far as I was aware, technocrats didn't exactly like the society.
Oh, we don't exactly like the monolith.
I don't think anyone does. I mean, have you seen
No.
2001: The Space Odyssey?
Yeah, no, like it's
Very.
yeah.
I mean, from what I'm led to
Here's-
understand, now, I'm never sure, I'm not even sure what came of this, but didn't this city used to have a bunch of debunked technocrats who, like, randomly showed up and were like, save us, the evil technocracy? Isn't that the case, Rico? Or Tony, rather?
Did they?
Apparently.
Tell me no one fell for that horseshit.
Wait, did he ask Tony that?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, she's not even paying attention to the conversations. She's talking to Pelagius.
Tony.
Huh?
Tony.
Yeah?
Didn't this city used to have a bunch of, like, defunct technocrats who, like, randomly popped up and were like, save us from the evil technocracy?
Yeah, once before there were a few of them, but they died.
And I'll repeat my earlier question then. Tell me no one believed that horseshit.
Well, they did
What?
sort of try to help us out in the city and everything, so...
I'm sorry, that is
They
so... Like,
do.
I'm not going to lie, if I had heard that, my
Democracy.
if I'd heard that, my response would have been, "Oh, that's so terrible. You poor things. Please come into this room. Hopefully, your avatars will think better next time as I gun them down."
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's how you fucking deal with the technos. You don't make a fucking deal with them.
And that's why you guys weren't here dealing with it.
Because we would have been successful. That's the reason why we weren't there to deal with this.
Well, I mean, and she is a little upset at this point. Well, first of all, they're already dead, so you can shut your mouths. And second of all, they didn't destroy the city. They weren't the ones who
Either
took
that.
down the wards. They just
Either
stopped.
Either
That's
that,
funny.
or they supposedly helped. Gravedigger says with his hands in inverted commas, and then when they'd learned enough information, they were merely decamped back to the mothership.
I would also point out you made one fatal mistake. Gravedigger can't shut his mouth.
That's true. He can't. But
Well,
yeah, I mean, he has a point. They could have just like been fucking picked up. I mean, sleeper agents, they are a thing. I mean, the technos are famous for it.
Here's the main thing. Have you guys ever heard about Room 101?
Yeah, Room 101. I have read it. 1984.
Is that the
Yeah.
one? Is that the one where there's always a porn version of it or something like
Of
that?
course.
No,
Kinda.
that's Rule 101. Room 101 is the place in George Orwell's 1984 where your worst nightmare is personified used for torture.
So
I think that.
from
I think
the
it's still what I
monolith,
said.
so from the monolith's point of view, Room 101 is an indoctrination program,
Yeah,
a re-education center.
where you're made to love the monolith.
Yep. Granted, I don't think the monolith likes to use it since it drops people to about like 60% their full capabilities. They want people who like come to their side and on their 100. It's kind of why I am of the opinion that
Wait a minute.
I'm kind of double-sided on this, honestly.
Here's a question for you, Miss Hop. You said 60% of the capacity, right?
Yeah.
Before, there was talk of default technocrats. Wouldn't it make sense that if you had a technocrat who was brainwashed by his own people and then sent in to work as a sleeper agent, that while he's under the effects of that mindfuckery, his capacity is going to be much lower than before, meaning he might seem to be defunct.
Yeah, that's easily
Sounds
distinguishable.
reasonable, right? Exactly. So these so-called defunct helpful, and he says it again in quotation marks, these helpful technocrats might in fact be some sleeper agents waiting to be picked up and have their indoctrination broken by their own people.
I mean, it's fairly easy to spot. All you need to do is read their brain patterns. That's it.
Yeah. Unless the technos have got better at what they're doing. Because they're hardly going to share their secrets with you or me.
But realistically, I'm sorry, I really am. But like, if a group of people were like, "Help us, we were, you know, the evil technocracy. We will give you their secrets in exchange for letting us live." I'm sorry, I would just punch. I would just basically blow their brains out. Because you know, even if there's
torture them to get the secrets, then kill them.
even if there's the chance that, you know, they're going to turn on you, I wouldn't be willing to take that risk.
No.
I personally like being a spontaneous magic snowflake of spontaneous existence. I don't want to be fucking whatever Harrow and, you know, kind of existenceless like they are. Ugh,
Static, we used to call it. The order.
that'll do. By the way, Kim,
Yeah.
can I do a perk empathy on how this talk is affecting the Tony?
Yeah, you can.
Whoop. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Yeah, you got it.
Anyone else want to make that roll?
I have no idea.
Evan, what is it? Perception empathy? Evan, if you wouldn't mind rolling 4 dice for me.
Okay.
I'm likely to
I can roll 3.
Kim, he also gets it. Because I think you only got one success, didn't you?
I didn't get any successes. It was a failure.
Oh, right.
So
I got 2 successes.
Jesus.
So basically, so far all of us except Max have been able to spot that she's what, uncomfortable?
No, she's a little pissed at the current conversation, and so she's just kind of trying to distract herself by playing and talking with Pelagius.
Because we spotted Vixen sort of pissed off, like you're talking bad about my friends, or sort of pissed off as in I disagree with you, or
Pissed off, you're talking bad about my friends who I got close to and then were killed.
right.
Now, cock an eyebrow. Not really. I'm guessing I probably shouldn't press the issue, but I'll slide the pills across the table back at her again.
Wait. You can't mean to tell me, Miss Zhang, or sorry, Tony, that you were actually friends with the Technos?
That was probably the
Mono, I wouldn't.
Tony, trust me, you can't be friends with the monolith. It might feel that way, it might look that way. They're never your friends. Never. It's not what they do. And I was trained by the Order of Hermes. Believe me, I know what internal rigidity looks like. But the monolith make even the Order the fucking cult of ecstasy. They don't make friends. They make servants, slaves, pawns, not friends.
She'll place Pelagius back into the bag and, put it on her back. And then look at them and say, well, you're right, I didn't make friends with the monolith. I made friends with the people who defected. Have a good evening. Enjoy your gifts. And she'll just walk out.
The sexy woman, Sophia, you're the
Bye.
old woman.
Remember, I didn't try and press the issue.
She's already gone.
I'm gonna throw the bag of pills at her.
Oh my god. She'll...
Not like hard or anything. Nothing bad. Nothing malicious.
They're just a couple of kilos of ecstasy.
She'll look back at a spider, look down at the pills, look back up at him. No, thank you. I appreciate the gesture. And she'll turn back around and keep walking out.
It's sad
Mic
but true.
drop.
Hey, Eliza, you want a bag of ecstasy?
No, thank you.
Oh, Eliza,
Yes.
can we offer you a drink?
Fuck yes.
Gravedigger smiles and he walks over to where there's a small bar in the side of the wall and he starts to mix something.
Is the purple drink?
No, it's not purple, it's bright red.
You see, if you're looking at Pyro at any point, you've noticed that his hands are twitching every time Gravedigger's hands come above the bar.
Before he basically puts down a red kind of it's about the size of 2 or 3 shots in a kind of a tall, slim-necked glass, and he will place it in front of Eliza.
You know, I've been warned to not accept your drinks, or any that you personally make. Why is that?
I can't, because they're so excellent. I don't know what you're talking about.
Well,
Eliza's gonna look over to Pyro.
Hang on, were you told to express the not accept drinks from Pyro or from
No,
Gravedigger?
from me, but bear in mind these are drinks of your creation.
Yeah, he walks over to Gravedigger, takes it, and says, "Pass me a spoon." And he's asking Gravedigger for a spoon for around the bar.
Gravedigger will basically slide a spoon down.
He will take a bit out of the spoon, take it away from the glass, break it. See? Nothing wrong. And he'll hold it out to you.
Did he just drink the drink?
No,
He
he
used
took a
to
tiny bit of it with a
take
spoon to show that it wasn't poison or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
Because that way, A, he isn't contaminating it, and B, you know it doesn't have any weird effects.
All right. And, she will get it. Kind of look at it sideways. She'll even put on like a goggle and twist one of the lenses. And there's like a little lens extending almost in like this zoom in function.
Are you checking for magic?
Nope.
Alright. Because there instantly is no magic on it. Just in case you decide to check.
She's literally just looking at it. Ah, fuck it. And she takes a small sip.
Hey, Matt.
Given that it's one of Pyro's concoctions, it tastes very nice. And
It does. Max, would you like to please give me a stamina roll? Difficulty 7.
Yep. Like I said, it tastes quite strong.
Guess we just got Bill Cosby.
Oh dear.
I got a success.
This is really good shit. Also, you feel kind of pleasant. Like they're like have you ever drank absinthe?
No.
Okay. You feel kind of pleasant, and the walls are melting in just the most pleasant of way.
Yeah, you've basically been drugged by wormwood. Incidentally, if you drink too many of these drinks, you will get wormwood poisoning.
Good to know.
Which is potentially fatal, so don't drink too many.
Good to know. The condition, as soon as Eliza realizes it, she just kind of looks around. Well, that's neat. And then all of a sudden, poof, turns back to normal.
What do you mean?
Life magic.
Ah,
I got a
Made
life
yourself
spell.
immune to it. Son of a-
I
you
got.
do need to.
I have
you
a
do need
life.
to roll.
I have a life spell. I have a life spell specifically prepared for poisons and shit.
You do still need to roll
Technically
though.
not poison.
No, it is a prepared spell.
Okay.
Wait, what do you mean a prepared spell? Is in like time and entropy and stuff?
Yeah. Like you can have a
Jesus
forces.
fucking Christ.
You can have a forces shield up, for example, to walk around during normal time, and be like
So
plus
you
difficulty to
actually
hit
have
and
like
shit.
So like you have a permanent duration, like a long-term duration tied to your pattern type
Yeah. Or to an
Um,
object on my person, which is even better.
thing. Son of a bitch.
That's some pretty heavy shit. Not gonna lie.
Do our
There's
best,
more than one
please.
reason I am considered one of the best chefs and barmen in the world.
Well, fuck yeah. Cheers on you guys. You guys want to join me?
Gravedigger kind of looks down at his watch and he says, "It's a little too early for me."
Fuck that noise. And Pyro walks over, and you actually see him, like, without even looking down, just from manual dexterity alone, making a glass of absinthe the proper way. Like,
All right,
with-
Anthony,
the
would
sugar
you like me
cube
to roll your
goes to the
stamina
spoon.
as you take the shot of absinthe?
Yes.
What is your
Probably-
stamina?
it's Probably going to get him ratted, but it feels like getting ratted. Stamina is 2. He's going to get ratted after this. Yep.
That's a failure.
Yep. You see him drink it, and then actually like noticeably lean on the bar. And he just closes his eyes, and you hear him start singing quietly. Incidentally, Pyro and Spider will both be aware that whenever he gets drunk or high, he typically will just sit there, eyes closed, quiet, basically blocking it all out. So they know to expect this result. It also tells them that he's completely drunk. Well, on the verge of completely drunk.
Well, shit, Eliza says, looking at Pyro. Heavy duty. What, you like use these as like, what's the word? Max can't think of the word right now.
Are you talking about instruments?
No, God,
Okay.
no, not anything magic related. Tranquilizers, that's the thing.
Ah, no, we're just really good at these things. And I really need to drink more often. Need to build up my tolerance again. It's been so long.
Do you know what? Can I get a few of these to take with me on the way home?
Yeah, actually, Gravedigger, I'll leave you to mix these up. I'm going to lie down with a good book. We have to be open later. And it wouldn't do.
This is true. All right.
Wouldn't do
I don't think that I think that the bunk. He'll say, I think the bunk in the security room is free if you need to go and lie down.
Rightio. And staggering just slightly, but like basically leaning on things to keep himself upright, walks through to the security room, and within like a minute or so, you hear thump as he basically falls on the bed and the springs creak underneath him. And about 30 seconds later, you hear. He's basically
fuck, they wouldn't have given for these things back in London. Holy shit.
Gravedigger will mix you another one and leave it down on the table in front of you.
Nice. After finishing the first one, Eliza's going to look at the second and is going to take it on the go. And then she's actually going to snap her fingers and said, wait, that's right. Last time we checked, right, there was a giant barrier surrounding the city, right?
Correct.
Okay. I'm planning
Actually,
on
allow me
putting
to-
2 holes in it.
Allow me to rephrase that. Which giant barrier are you speaking of?
The technocratic one. Oh, fuck me. Is there more than one?
Yes.
Which other one is there?
There's the giant faith one that's been put up to prevent the city being incurred upon by demons.
You know what? I'm getting real sick and tired of extra-dimensional entities messing up my fucking day. Technocrats, I can handle. Put a bullet in their head and they're gone.
It would depend on the technocrats, sir, but yes, in general.
You get what I'm saying. You know what? I'm just going to focus on the thing that I can actually do, because extra-dimensional entities are not my specialty.
As you say.
So anyway, I'm going to drop a couple of schematics. I'm going to check things out and hoping to find some weak spots.
Weak spots
Hopefully.
in the barrier.
They have to divide the energy all around.
Yes, however, from what I understand, there are multiple points that it's being generated from. So there is even a surplus of energy, from what I understand.
But that isn't infinite.
No.
I can work with this. Fuck yeah, gonna have a fucking field day. She says as she wanders towards the exit. So if you strip down the quantum annihilator and you add the senses towards it, you should get able to, if you divide it by 6. And there's just more mathematic mumbling going on.
Dude, Seagun.
With the mathematic and sort of technological mumbo jumbo that the Society of Aether do, Eliza will take her exit because it's getting way too late.
Yes, I think that, to be honest, Kim, yeah, I mean, unless Kim really wants to come in with Satoshi, I think we might actually wrap up there.
Nah, like I don't really have to get on him. It's all good.
Oh wait, hey, should we open up a hotel or something sometime soon? I think we should expand our businesses.
Graydrigger kind of cocks an eyebrow at Pyro, and he's just like, I beg your pardon?
Well, anyway, yeah, I think we should maybe expand businesses.
Graydrigger says,
Let's say, something like one of those small, small. What are they called? The casket hotels, whatever.
I suppose it could be done. I tell you what, why don't we look into it and we'll see what we can do, yeah?
Yeah, it seems like, I'm just saying, maybe we should start expanding a little bit. Not a lot, just, start getting a bit more income.
Income is always good. I always approve of income being increased. All right, yeah, sure. As I said, we've got this club that we need to get on its feet, so that'll take a couple of weeks. But then, after that's opened, and after this place gets its revenue flowing, then sure, I suppose we can diversify into other businesses. Gravedigger kind of stands up and takes his top hat from the desk beside him and puts it on his head. Now then, we better make sure that we're all ready for opening this evening. In that case, since thank you players for playing, thank you watchers for watching. I hope that you have a pleasant evening as always, and Kim, if you would not mind cutting the scene there.